Hey, Katerina. Well, that's a really good question. I hope it's clear that the benefits are obvious: personal and professional development, which results in talent development and retention, of course, improved cross functional understanding, leading to enhanced collaboration and communication, and fresh perspectives, of course, can engender innovation and creativity. It's not without its challenges, of course. It takes a bit of planning and managing of logistics, particularly if roles require a physical relocation or some specific technical training, for example. And you need to make sure people are on board because it's a bit of a leap of faith sometimes. So, a culture that values learning and development is necessary. But to answer your question, basically, someone senior enough needs to really believe it's worth it and then decide to make it happen. When I was an HR manager, I asked my boss what I needed to become an HR director, and he said, "You need commercial experience." So I said, "How do I get that?" And he said, "You need to experience it." And he decided almost there and then to send me to Singapore for 6 months to sell X-ray fluorescence analyzers. From the time of that decision, I attended a training course on how to sell. I had a scientist give me the GCSE version of X-ray fluorescence and explain how to use the technical sales sheets. I got my number two to step up, and within 6 weeks, my family and I were in Singapore, and I was at a conference pretending I knew what I was doing. It was life-changing. I can still remember exactly what it feels like to be half a world away from head office. They've just launched a new product. I don't have a demonstration product yet. The technical sheets haven't been translated from English yet, but the product is launched and I'm getting questions. But I met my sales target. I brought on board a new distributor for Indonesia, and as an aside, helped sort out a complicated HR issue in the territory which really needed someone on the ground. There were lots of reasons why it might not have happened, and one reason why it did. And it was because the GM believed in it, and I'd like to think believed in me. The job swap I referred to in the post above, we had a culture that valued development that comes from seconding people into roles, and the CEO believed in the potential for the directors to take on other exec roles. It took a bit of planning. There's always a good reason why something like that shouldn't happen. Typically, the timing's not right. But the timing's never right, and eventually you've just got to take that leap of faith and make it happen. So I hope that answers your question.